that line track. Did you guys see in the news the two, like the CEO and whatever, who was like cheating scandal?
Yeah. Where they got like caught on the kiss cam essentially, and they were totally like both married.
Yeah, Patrick put up that video. The part about that I don't get is like, okay, you reacting that way is what made this a thing.
What made it so much worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if they'd have smiled and waved at the camera, I'm sure they'd have both still been fired.
No, nobody would have even heard about it or known like at all.
I mean, maybe.
It wouldn't have been effectively national news.
You can bet your
ass
ass
it would have
that
been like, this guy cheated on his wife, and then everybody would have forgot about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the secondhand embarrassment everybody gets. If the last time that happened to me and Eric, all I did was hold the back of his head and then kiss him deeply with tongue.
Yeah.
And that's how you immediately get away with it, because Kira never heard about that.
Yeah, not only did they switch cameras pretty quickly, they did not put that up on the TV footage later.
What if she had just showed her tits as a way to make sure that no one ever sees it? Just, she knows exactly what to do. Just immediate, like,
But see, that's how you know this was their first time cheating.
Oh, yeah, of course. They hadn't learned all the lessons yet.
Yeah, that's what you should believe. This is a one-time mistake. He's never done this before.
Yeah.
He brought that woman to a Coldplay concert because, like, he wanted his first ever move cheating.
Wait, is that what it was,
grand.
a Coldplay concert?
I think it was Coldplay.
Yeah, it was a Coldplay concert.
Imagine cheating on somebody with a Coldplay concert.
Yeah, that's layers.
I mean, how many times have you been caught cheating, Eric?
Man, God. Never.
Okay, well,
I've never done it before.
I've been caught cheating about 3 times out of like the 40 or so times that I've cheated on my wife. So, but she was kind enough to forgive me for the one she knows about. So,
but not the other two.
Me and my wife just have
the
an
other one she doesn't know
understanding-
about. We just don't talk about it.
Me and my wife just have an understanding that as long as she never finds any of the Taiwanese lady boys, then there effectively aren't any.
Yeah, they just don't exist. Exactly.
Right.
Welcome to the AnythingCast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I'm Will.
And we are the Doing Your Intro on Time podcast.
Oh, thank God. That was definitely a thing that we definitely did
always-
last
We've
episode.
always done
that.
that.
We've always done.
We've never fucked it up.
That is what this podcast is about. It's just about doing the intro on time and then filling time with noise so that you listening to this
Can
will
mow
just,
your lawn.
Yeah, can
have time
do
for
whatever it is you're doing.
We're
If you're
just here to
masturbating
fill-
right now, please stop, by the way. Stop. Take your
No,
hand
no.
off your penis.
No.
Edge it out. Edge it out. Let it go down.
Let it go.
down. All right, now keep going.
Keep going.
There you go.
Yeah, actually,
There
you know
go.
what? Okay, AnythingCast jack off instruction guide.
Make
All
sure
right,
that you
now
have
swap to the other
video
hand.
open in another tab right
Yes,
now.
yeah.
Let's have it open there. Don't worry. You don't need to look directly at us. Look at what you're looking at.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Pause.
Have you guys ever done that?
Listen
like,
to
no.
our
I've
podcast while
never-
watching porn so I can hear you guys talking while I'm masturbating.
No, I've never done
I have
that.
never done that. No.
I've definitely never jacked off while editing this podcast. That would never be.
Especially
I
not
know
when he
you-
throws
I know
up the
you
Bambi
have.
picture.
I mean,
Throw up
I'm
the
glad
Bambi
that
picture.
you're-
I know you
Patrick,
have
throw up
for
the Bambi
sure.
picture.
I'm glad that your voice is
I'll
fucked
need this
because
while I'm listening to
usually
this.
hearing your voice, I've now Pavlovian response myself into hearing your voice and
Yeah.
getting an erection.
You just grab your penis every time.
Yeah. By the way, grab your penis for us. Grab your penis for
Grab
us.
it.
Stroke once,
Struck
twice,
Hold on. All right.
now 3 times. Good job. All right. Put your penis in your pants and then do not touch it for the rest of this podcast
Ooh,
until
you're
we
being-
instruct you.
You're being punished.
Yeah. That's right, bitch. We hold the key to the cage.
We're running an edging party
I
and
do
you
not-
can't come.
Can you?
I do not get chastity. I don't get people who like chastity belts.
I don't either.
Or
But
cages.
honestly, if somebody wants to listen to this and put on their chastity belt, I'm just glad they're listening.
Dude, if
I don't give a
absolutely.
shit.
If I get
Absolutely.
horny, dude, I just go for it. I mean, if,
But, like-
if the thought hits me, I mean, it's just it's happening. You
Yeah,
know, it doesn't
literally
matter.
just hand in the
It
pants.
doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't.
Hold on.
It's better to just go for it. No,
Hold on.
Whoa,
Hold on.
now.
I just need to.
Whoa.
Hey.
What? I'm sorry. I was just trying to look up the protocols of the Elders of Zion.
That's why you pulled up your phone.
Yeah, that's why I pulled out my phone. I just,
what did the
you know.
elders say about this?
What do the elders say
You know,
about
you,
this?
you have to pay
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch me do it. That's another question.
yeah. That's
you know.
why. That's why I was.
That's
simply.
why we're setting up the OnlyFans. Don't worry.
Yes, absolutely. The
That-
Patreon
that is behind
and the
paywall.
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
God
if you
damn.
pay for a membership, you can see
Well, look,
me
you have to
jacking
have
off
different-
If
under
you're
my
at
pants.
kitten level membership or above, then you get to see Eric jack his peen.
Well, look,
everyone that I allow to
different-
watch me masturbate, I call my kittens.
Actually, would you do that for me so that the members can see it and I can just put it up? I can just put that up for our members to see.
I'm not sure how comfortable I am.
Yeah, just
doing
go ahead. Just start.
I'm not entirely sure.
You do kind of have an erection right now. There's something going on there.
I mean, there's a penis in
Yeah,
there.
well,
I mean,
you know.
I touched it.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
a tiny little penis you got.
It's
there.
like, hey, what's going on?
How's that guy
are we
so
going to
tiny?
do something?
Yeah, got
It's like-
excited. That is one of those things women will never understand. You do like a goof or a joke, and then you kind of get an erection because you're like, okay,
Is it just
I mean,
me,
it
or
woke
are there,
up
like,
at least,
yeah,
you know.
3 stages of penis?
Yeah, there's like
I'm sorry,
awake,
what?
half chub, and hard as a rock.
He
Oh,
gets
okay.
it.
So there's full sail, half mast, and then and then
Yeah, there's like
literally
all the
a
way,
worm in the
there's
dirt.
like halfway there,
Yeah.
and then there's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm
I feel
I'm
like
not
every
cold,
man,
and I
every
know
man
what's going on.
wants to be at
I'm
half
glad that
mast at
RFK
all
is on this
times.
episode.
Yeah,
I'm glad
for
that
sure.
RFK is. I'm glad we were able to get him on the podcast.
I'm glad you guys got me here. Don't get vaccinated. Remember that.
That's you know what? You could do the perfect RFK impression right now. That's perfect.
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
I put a special spray all over the microphone. As soon as you touched it, you got skin osmosis vaccination.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You know what's fucked
You
about
have
RFK?
super autism.
RK is fully vaccinated, but yet he tells everyone not to be.
Of course, yeah. The I argue there's 4 stages of the penis.
Okay.
There is worm in the dirt. There's full sail or half mast, full sail, and then worm after coming up in the sun. After you've been and dried out and dead. After you've been going at stage 3 for a little bit too long. That's
Yeah, you're bleeding a little bit.
bleeding a little bit. You're kind of just out there on the sidewalk. The kids are all
It kind
looking
of dries
at it.
out that way,
Have you
so
ever
it's like
jacked
stuck
off
to
so
the
much
underwear.
you've rubbed the skin off the penis?
Absolutely.
Yes, I had to go to the doctor about that once.
That's right. You did actually. I remember that. I
Yes.
remember
You
that.
degloved your penis.
Yeah,
Not quite. I just got it all super red and irritated.
guy who jacked
I
off
think I
so
would have
much he
stopped if the
degloves his
skin
penis.
was like coming down each time. Like that, I would have stopped before then, I think, because of the pain.
What were you doing? Jacking off with sandpaper? Like,
No, I mean, I was just,
He just didn't put any lotion on his hands.
yeah, I was
I don't
new
put
to
any.
it.
I've never put lotion on my hands to jack off.
I was like jacking off on like pillows and blankets and stuff, so it would, you know.
So
it
you got
didn't
rug
get
burn.
wet. Yeah, essentially,
got
I
rug burn
on
on
my
your
dick.
dick.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
yeah.
There's got to
That's-
be. I've got it. There's.
I mean,
Damn.
you
There's
know,
got to be. There's a joke. There's a nickname in there somewhere.
You know what? You know where there's a joke or a
Oh,
nickname
rug dick.
that we've somehow not used, despite it being so obvious.
Yeah.
If you're sex trafficking, what kind of road do you go on? The jizz lane.
Very good, Eric. I'm thinking Indian suncock.
Like
Indian
G I S
Indian
L.
suncock.
I'm trying to think of like burn. What's something that rhymes with burn that has to do with penis?
Penis Sanders.
Penis Sanders. There
There we go.
There you
Like
go.
Bernie Sanders.
Yes,
but
yeah,
penis.
yes. Bernie penis. There we go. Brought it home. Yeah. Bernie penis.
Yep.
That's God damn. Sometimes we
That's
just
what you
hit
get
it.
when you spend too much time in Panama City.
Sometimes we just
you get Bernie penis.
we just get a good joke going on this show sometimes, and god damn, I can hear the audience laughing along with us. You know, they're not laughing at us, they're laughing with us.
They are.
And Bernie penis is one of those bits.
We make at least 30 to 50 people
Gosh.
insanely happy
I
every
cannot
episode.
wait for the comments of.
Well, I mean, I guess 29 to 49 people because I'm always one of them.
Yeah. No. You're basically it's just all a lie. It's you watching there's some guy who watches the episodes twice now. There's a guy who is in the Discord that he's like, yeah, this is my 3rd time watching the episode.
I repeat occasional episodes every now and again when I'm bored.
I edit these things. I don't fucking listen to them. Like I said earlier, I jack off while I'm editing, so I'm not even listening to the episode when I'm
yeah,
editing.
you're just like, as long as you're
Makes
not
sense.
coughing or burping, that's all right.
Coughing, burping, like saying a slur.
Now you're gonna have to edit the thunder out.
God is burping and farting on our fucking podcast. See, even he approves. Okay.
Yeah, you're
We
right.
have heavenly
Future
approval.
Patrick, please edit out God burping and farting.
Yeah,
Thank you very
very
much.
rude.
No,
God,
you
thanks.
turn that shit up.
Yeah.
You give it some reverb.
That is what this podcast is about. This is the
God burping and farting podcast. Yeah, this is what it's about, man.
You
There's got to
This
be a
is-
religion out there that thought
This
that
is
was
what life is about.
That's what they thought thunder was. They thought it was God burping and farting.
yeah, it has to
I
be.
mean, if rain is God's tears, you know, or whatever the
I
fuck.
thought rain was the devil beating his wife and his wife's tears.
Oh, dude, I also heard that as a kid.
Why?
So
What do you mean?
there's this saying
Why
in the
does
South.
the devil have a wife even?
There is so
Well,
there's
well,
that.
So
That's
he got
not just a
married
saying
in
about
holy matrimony.
Yeah, but that's
well,
not
he
the
was
saying.
an angel, Eric.
That's not the not the full
Angels are
saying, man.
A sexless fucking cast of creature
what are you,
that God
a priest?
created.
I don't see vestments on you.
Do you not know the
my
devil?
vestments are on my soul, whereas yours is
They're actually
barren.
tattoos.
Mine are
They've been
draped.
tattooed into his skin.
I actually got mine penis sized, and I draped them over.
I like sewed
That
across
way,
in my
when I
chest like in
baptize, I'm like,
Dante's Inferno
in the
video
name of
game.
the Son, the Father, and the Holy
Son,
Ghost,
yeah.
and then I'm like rubbing pre-cum on
get
them.
the little
shape of a cross.
get the little priest thing tattooed on your
Smock.
dick, so it's just a black band with a little bit of white. Like right
yeah,
under the
there we
head.
go.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah, you can call my penis the Father.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I tap him on the head.
There's that was like
There's
a
the
thing.
Father, which is the dick, the Son, which is the balls, and then if you turn around the back, I'll show you the Holy Spirit. And then I'll open up the gates to heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
Just hold still. I'll make you shout hallelujah.
Oh, Christ.
Now you're getting it.
If it, yeah,
This is
yeah.
a Catholic
Yes,
church.
yeah.
No, this is an Eastern Orthodox podcast.
The devil beating his wife is when it rains when the sun's out. I learned that from a friend of mine when I was like 6, and then my dad got very mad when I repeated it.
Yeah, he
So-
doesn't like God metaphors, does he?
He doesn't like God, like anything about God at all. He's like he's just one of those like anti-Christian people that doesn't want to like even stuff
Yeah,
about
your
the
dad's a
devil.
Satanist, right?
Yeah. So he's like
He's ordained, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an ordained Satan.
Satanist?
Yeah. He's what they call a reader in the Satanic Church. God, we got to get Pritchard on this show.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. I just want
I haven't
Pritchard
talked to him in
talked about
years.
you the other day. I told him, I was like, I do a podcast. Did I tell you about that? And he was like, no, who do you do a podcast with? And I was like, Eric. And he was like, Eric, I haven't talked to Eric in forever. Eric's such a nice dude.
Yeah.
And then we talked about you for a second.
It's been like 5 years at least.
At least, dude, 10. Do you realize how old
yeah,
you are?
God, no. Yeah, it had to have been like 10 now.
Yeah, do you have any idea how old you are? Consider
Jesus.
your age and then think about the last time you saw Pritchard.
I keep thinking of the time I was with Caitlin as like, only being like 2 years ago or something like that. But
That's how you know you're not over.
No, that's the good thing is time has been going by because I've actually been, having a fulfilling life
Yeah,
in this
happy,
new
fulfilling
thing where I'm
life.
happy. It doesn't
the
feel like a
trauma-
constant grind.
The trauma feels like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, the
That's
trauma
what- that's
feels
what
like
it
it was
is.
just yesterday.
Yes.
And so I think about all the people I used to hang out with around that time. And, like Ivan, I still would run into.
Yeah,
Like,
you hung out with these people at my house, didn't you? That was probably the
Some of them,
last
yeah.
time you saw them.
Pritchard, maybe. I know I saw Ivan went down to where we lived, and I briefly saw him and some of the
Yes.
other people at some of the other apartments down there, and we played D&D briefly.
You and Pritchard came over to my house and got plastered drunk and then started drinking Hugs. You remember the Hugs night?
I think so.
I didn't accidentally. They had them for sale. Hugs are a everybody listen to this, don't know what Hugs are. They're like a juice.
Yeah, it's like
in
a
a
type
barrel.
of cheap juice
Yeah,
in like
And not like a little
plastic
barrel. We're
barrels.
talking like an oak,
Big ass barrel, dude.
like steel ring going
50
down a
gallon oak
waterfall.
barrel.
Barrel.
God, imagine wasting a barrel on Hugs. They're like the worst drink in the world, but we had 48 of them for like $5.
Kids
so you guys
love 'em.
You guys stayed up drinking all night and just chasing stuff with Hugs.
Yeah, as long as
And-
they're cold.
Yeah, pretty much. And Hugs was Patrick, I guess put up pictures of Hugs, but Hugs was the type of thing where I drank like one of them. I was like, holy shit, that is disgusting. I would rather just drink the liquor like that. There's not many things in the world that qualify as like worse than liquor for me.
It's like bad Kool-Aid.
Yes, it's the worst Kool-Aid. Not
Like,
just bad.
Not very good Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Not
Like,
good at all.
The only thing worse is bug juice.
Bug juice is all right.
Nah,
I think
it's
I
not
had
better
one
than
of those
Hugs.
not too long ago because it was cheap and it was at like a Dollar General or a Family Dollar or something. And I saw it and I was like, that kind of looks good. Like the kid in me thinks that looks good. And it's like
the
99
food dye.
cents.
The food dye.
It's so
yeah,
nasty.
and it was cold. Like,
Yes.
and I was just like, ooh. But it'll be like some sort of like cold lemonade like drink or something. I open that shit up in the car, take a big swig of it as soon as we get done grocery shopping, and I chunked it out the window.
Just
I was like,
vomit
"Ugh."
immediately. Yeah.
I was like, this was terrible.
and it costs like $3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they sell them at gas stations too, and like I guess the whole thing is
It's
like
just syrup. It's all it is.
yeah. The only way they get away with it is because they call it bug juice. Like they were trying to obviously market this as like juice or something with like the dye and everything, and then they called
the
it
bug juice thing makes kids want it because it sounds funny.
It sounds funny and gross.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's more of a 90s
like creepy
thing.
crawlers, you know,
God
all
damn.
that. Creepy crawlers.
What was the name of the? Oh, Real Monsters.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
No, that was a TV show.
Real Monsters.
Real Monsters.
Yeah. I hated that show.
I didn't enjoy it that much.
With Ickis and Oblina and Crumb.
Yeah, Crumb.
It's just kind of boring, isn't it?
He held his
so
eyes in his
ugly.
hands, and he had hairy armpits.
Yeah, there's a funny Cumtown
like
shirt where one of the guys from Cumtown drew Crumb, but he's like instead of holding his eyes, he's holding his testicles, and he's like pulled his whole nutsack over his face. That's a pretty good shirt.
He looked kind of like a nutsack.
He did, yeah.
Did you guys see that CBS canceled their late night show?
Yeah, it was
CBS.
Yeah, with
canceled what?
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
I think I was scrolling by YouTube and someone said like Stephen Colbert fired or
Apparently
something.
Jimmy Kimmel
12 months.
like
12 months from now.
I don't know why Jimmy Kimmel's super pissed about it, but apparently just Jimmy Kimmel was kind of pissed about it.
Because it's the Late Show.
Why?
I mean, the idea is that the Late Show has been going for like 80 years. And they're not just firing Stephen Colbert.
Or they fired his whole staff. They
No,
canceled
the whole show is getting canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
They're
right.
not replacing him with somebody.
And what people
like
are
they
saying,
usually
This is
do.
like, you know, way back goes to like
this
not
is,
Johnny Carson, but like
what was that?
No, you're right. I mean,
yeah,
like
Johnny
this is
Carson. Who was the
effectively
one before Jay Leno?
canceling Saturday Night Live. You know, this is the equivalent of canceling Saturday Night Live as a concept.
Yeah, it's been a late night comedy show for as you said, like 80 years.
I'm going to look it up. The Late Show. I wonder how long the Late Show's been going.
Supposedly the reason they're canceling it is because they're trying to do a big merger with some company I don't remember the name of.
We've got to stop allowing corporate mergers.
And they don't want Trump to interfere in it.
It's a CBS network. I didn't know that.
That is
all TV is owned by 3 companies.
Oh yeah.
In fact, everything is owned by 3 companies.
In
It's about 6 or
1993.
9, but
So
yeah.
it is shit. What was that's 30 years. So it wasn't 80, but it's 30 years. It was 1993 when the Late Show became a thing. It was David Letterman.
Letterman,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the one I was trying to remember was Letterman.
That's just that
30
why
years though.
in God's name would you ever cancel a show that's been going
So,
for 30
the
years?
rumor
Because the
going
ratings
around
aren't
is
good
that
anymore or something.
They're doing a merger.
No,
yeah.
they apparently had some of the best ratings they've had ever.
Well, TV's dying.
That is true. Now they're doing a merger from what I hear, and they just don't want Trump to interfere with it. So they're like because he like hates the show or whatever.
Of course, yeah. It's a
So,
Democrat. It's a
He's
Democrat.
like they're
fucking-
like capitulating to him from what I hear, so he doesn't get involved. It's like a bribe, basically. They're bribing him.
Patrick, cut
We'll
this
stop
out.
making fun of you if you let us do monopolies.
Basically,
Yeah. It's almost like things like museums and landmarks are important for a country, and they actually tell our history.
almost like. Well, I would argue at least the majority of your conservative friends are, and I'm using liberal in the sense of enjoy free trade, enjoy liberal rights and stuff like that, or enjoy like basic rights and stuff like that.
Yeah, the ability to
Trump
own guns.
is not a liberal person. He is an actual factual
He's an authoritarian.
authoritarian who
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit about anything that doesn't benefit him.
The weird part is he's not a totalitarian.
No.
Which is weird. I think that's what people always mess up. They think that Trump is a totalitarian when he's just an authoritarian.
Well, it's like what I was saying several episodes ago, where it's just like people have to stop calling every police officer hitting someone with a baton fascism.
Yeah.
Because by doing all of this and calling every single thing that had one aspect of Nazi Germany, as I said, you're going to start calling trains arriving on time fascism.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think
and what
everyone's calling out
happens is-
every single thing. It's just like when I watch the news, it's like, man, those police who knocked what's her name, Breonna Taylor's house and
shot her
to death. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
The ICE wearing masks and taking people to
In
alligator
unmarked
Auschwitz,
vans, in unmarked vans
to
and masks.
Florida to sit in alligator
pretty
Auschwitz,
close.
And that's
pretty
fine.
close.
All of those are, all well and
Yeah,
good.
he's talking about
and
stuff like 10 years ago where people are like, this is actual fascism. Now when we've actually gotten to fascism, everybody's like, it's not. It's not. Those
Like,
people in masks putting people in unmarked
every
vans
time-
is not fascism. It's not.
every time you make a sweeping statement that something is fascism, that just is a single aspect of fascism, which let's also be honest here, the aspects you're talking about are also aspects of authoritarianism, hardline communism, like,
There
fucking
are
every
uneducated
like, you
people, and that is
cannot-
the issue.
if you fucking substitute the word bad for fascism, then what you're doing is you're devaluing the meaning of the word fascism.
Yeah.
To where when people hear you calling something fascism, they know that it doesn't actually mean anything. It
This makes
just
me want to
means
show
shit
you
I don't
guys
like.
something that
But
somebody
does
said
suck.
to me.
I hope they
We
don't
have
like,
to call shit out for exactly what it is. Like, call out corruption for being corruption. Call out abuse of power for abuse of power. Like,
Somebody
call
sent
out
me this
innocence
yesterday.
being persecuted as innocence being persecuted. If you say all immigration enforcement bad, then what's going to
Then you
happen
should hate
is
Obama.
Conservatives
the
and
most.
stuff, on the other hand, are going to point out to actual factual
This
situations
makes my head hurt.
I know.
where like criminals are like being arrested and sent back across
If
the
my
border.
kid- if
Somebody
my
sent me
head-
that yesterday.
If my head could explode like the scanners,
yeah. That would be the
that's
moment.
that would be the moment.
Patrick, I guess put that graphic up on screen. I mean, the worst part of that is like this person equates the left to 100% government
Bad.
control and then the right to 0%
Well,
government
they
control.
think it's
so stupid.
See, everything thinks of everything as being binary like that, and it's not.
Well, that's why you have an
Like-
X and a Y axis in the political compass.
And even
that's
that
why the
is
Y axis is authoritarian to
oversimplified.
libertarian. Yeah, even then you need a Z axis. For God's
Yeah,
sakes, you really
like-
do. I hate it, but you
Or it's
do.
like all
Unfortunately-
this stuff where you're trying to take an entire person and give them a label.
No, I
is-
love that
is
shit.
fucking
I gotta
stupid.
say,
Here's the trick.
I love labeling things. I am the label guy. I'll review anything. I want to get a number to everything. How good is it? Out of 10.
Here's the
Done.
reason why, education focused left slowly becomes less and less focused and less capable of doing shit. The more you learn about something, the more nuances you learn about something. The more nuances you learn about something, the more you go, well, maybe, or well, unless.
The more it's hard to talk to people about it.
And
Yeah,
then,
it is.
see, because people say, oh, right, that's bad.
Yes.
And it's just like, well, no, it's bad for the da-da-da if it's in a da-da-da when they da-da-da. And
Like,
it's just like,
Yeah,
For
is
example,
authoritarianism bad?
I think-
Not exactly in itself alone.
like, is
the military is
affirmative
authoritarian.
action, like, is affirmative action bad? Just like, oh, I don't want someone to be able to get a job, just because of how they were born. But then also, like, people would specifically not hire people because of how they were born.
Yes.
And it's like you had to counteract that somehow. And then it's obviously unfair on one hand, but then it's obviously unfair on the other hand.
Question,
and then,
boys.
like, nothing makes sense
What is
anymore.
the Z-axis? If we're doing,
Oh,
if
God.
the X-axis is economic and the Y-axis is control, would the Z-axis be like social?
No. The Z-axis is very simple, and there's a reason why it's not on any chart you've ever seen. The Z-axis is sense.
Okay, yeah. The amount, how much common sense it makes is like an idea.
Yeah, like, after you crack past the surface, it's just like,
I feel
how
like
much sense does this continue to make?
I feel like
you know?
social aspects might actually be like what, because like it would be like, okay, you're communist, but you
Feelings.
care about religious people or something, yeah,
Your empathy.
just ethics.
Your empathy.
I mean, kind of
empathy.
ethics, empathy, feelings, how people look at, and like if it makes their head explode when they look at it, then guess what? It doesn't make sense.
The weird part
If
about
you
that
talk
person
like
is
a-
they're right, like that all the way on the left is like communism. I get that, but Nazis were kind of like, it's honestly centrists, which was kind of the weird part on that scale.
No,
Sure, they're all the
thing
way on the
about
left.
Nazis is so the thing about the far right wing and fascism, and if you can look this up in history, you can go read actual scholars who study this stuff. They all will say the same thing. Fascists will use populist, for the simple ease of terms, left wing rhetoric
Yes.
in order to get the people on their side. Because if they actually use their actual rhetoric, no one would be on their side.
Yes.
That's the problem with it, is that they're using the terms of National Socialism because at the time when they made up that term, they knew people wanted socialism because socialism gave power to people.
Yes,
Well,
and you
again-
had social programs.
and it's another one of those things where,
And they delivered on some of those too, which
like
is also weird.
In the time where fascism became as big as it did, and then
Funnily
like
enough, I think the Superman movie addresses that.
really.
fascism, burned so brightly it fizzled out very quickly.
That's what it always does.
because
Historically.
and
Except for in
you know,
Spain. That shit went great.
in the time
Rome.
period that it got so popular, was one of the first times where if you hit at the right thing at the right time and said the right things, you know, people were just for the first time becoming receptive to like mass media and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, like movies
and
and
if you
stuff.
if you look at the material
So, and, like-
conditions of that time too, you're also coming just off of World War One, where you're having a lot of resources in like Europe specifically, leaving a lot of places to go pay off the debts that like, you know, Germany caused during that time, or the Central Powers, I should say, caused during that time. So you have a lot of people going broke and poor, and their material conditions suck
like-
ass.
And
So
a lot of them are veterans.
they're
And
looking
a lot
to-
of these ideologies, you know, if you take away, you know, what they actually did and just like look at like the surface level politics of all of it, like what are they saying? Like what are they telling people they're going to do? Why are they saying they want these things done? 90% of every political ideology then and now still just sounds like sense on the surface. You know, it's only when you start cracking into the very specifics, because like if you just like ask your average Nazi in like, you know, let's say like 36, you know, like, hey, like, you know, why do you support the Nazi party? And, you know, they would say some version
A lot
of
of immigrants
this.
in my
No,
country.
hold on. They would say something like this. It's like, oh, you know, because I love my country. I love my family. I love being able to afford milk and fucking eggs.
Yeah.
I love, you know, unity. I love neighborliness. And that would be the kind of fucking answers they'd give.
Christian
you know,
values.
Because
yeah.
and that's
Christian
what
values.
everyone who supports every political ideology is always gonna say.
Well, the issue,
You know,
I think,
and that's still surface level true. If they were just doing what they said they were going to do on a surface level, we wouldn't argue about ideologies or religions because they'd all just be right and we wouldn't have a problem with it.
I
Corruption,
think,
you
I
mean?
think the thing
Yeah,
you're
without the
identifying, which
corruption.
hilariously enough, I haven't read it. I haven't read fully. I've just heard that he talks about it. Stalin and Lenin talk about this a little bit, where what you're identifying is the mass proletariat, the mass crowd, if you will, do not engage in deep political theory.
They don't have time.
Of course not. Yeah, they don't.
If every single citizen
Of
of,
course
the
not.
planet Earth took the time to pay enough attention to figure out what was really going on in politics, we'd all starve to death tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like that's go on. No, I'm sorry.
Stalin, funnily enough, to his controversy, I guess, his answer to this was, well, as long as we have the political brew or whatever they called it, the Senate basically of the Soviet Union, and then you know himself and whatnot, we can be the guiding hand for the civilian populace as long as like it's still a workers' dictatorship. Is
As long
the
as
idea
we're writing
behind
the
it.
prompts, then you know they can only go so far with what.
Well, now
information we give them
we're
to a
going to get
certain
into
degree, too.
CIA propaganda, but
Well, in this particular instance, KGB. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
but
that's, propaganda is the root of all
that
this
is
stuff.
like the thing about it, where the problem you're identifying is and you're right, the mass majority of people can't do it. The problem is you people only engage things in a surface level. So at a point, and I do think there is a point where we can break past that, where the majority of people at least understand things on a deeper level. They just need, because like, for example, even if you're a Christian who didn't read the Bible, generally you're going to know the parable on the mountain, Noah's story, how Adam and Eve, you know, came and went, the Moses story.
Well, most people know how they came. Much fewer know how they went.
Yeah.
Sure.
For Adam and Eve, let's be fair.
You know, you're going to know the Moses story.
Mhm.
You might know Job,
Jonah. Jonah
yeah,
and the whale.
you'll know Jonah.
Yeah. You'll know all the hits.
Yeah,
You'll know
so
all the
like,
One of the greatest hits of the Bible.
Exactly.
and that's only because, you know, we've had people just preaching it.
We're not
and
going to
those
talk about
stories-
Balaam and his ass.
Of course.
We're not going to talk
he's-
about Balaam and his ass.
Yeah, no, that one's a little deep in there. You know, with the
Hey,
unicorns.
I like going deep in Balaam's ass. But,
Hey, man, who could blame you?
But
I love Final Fantasy VIII.
I think
Huh?
like if you had the same level of like, I don't know, people dedicated to like being a priest for their whatever, you could get to that level. Because like the majority of people aren't going to sit down and read, but they're going to listen to. I mean, they'll just passively listen to whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Like
You know?
people who
That's
listen
why
to
the
this.
priests could easily, you know, sway the population to doing something that was obviously not in the Bible back in the day. because all you had to, if you're the only one reading the Bible and telling people what's in it, then you can just
There is a level
sway
of
people
responsibility,
towards something
yeah.
like that.
to being able to read. There's with great
Well,
power
that's
comes
why-
great responsibility, and in the 1700s, that was the ability to read.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, like, and that's always been, it's still a thing today because,
We're about
like,
to beat the shit out of that dog.
we don't, even though we all
Watch
have
this.
way
Don't
more
beat the shit out of
access
him.
to
Don't do it.
education.
No.
Oh, well, nope. I guess Patrick's just going to commit some crimes in the background here. But, having time to, like, learn how to read was a big issue back then because most people were too focused on survival. In the same way that today, even though the vast majority of us can read and have access to, like, instant access to encyclopedias, news feeds, and all that, we still don't have the fucking time to actually invest to understand most of these things.
Of
We
course.
just have to go off of, the stories or like the titles of stories and listening to some YouTuber or Facebook influencer just tell us a summary of what's going on. And we just have to trust that the person we chose to summarize it summarized it in good faith at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a level of responsibility, which was what I would say is why you should go with whoever is basically for the people, for the most majority of good.
Well, if we just went with everybody who said they were for the people, I guess I'll just have to vote for everyone all the time.
Well, you have to judge people by their actions.
Well,
Don't you?
you would have to,
Yes,
it would-
which
you would have
requires
to-
an investment of time on my.
You'd have to believe
At some point, you're going to
women-
have to invest your time, Eric.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you that, but you do have to go, you know what? I'm going to have to put the shovel down for a minute and, actually listen to whatever the fuck this
Do
person's
some
doing.
critical
I'll
thinking.
listen to
The unfortunate
politics
part
and
is
just
that
stop
any
feeding
addict,
my dogs.
Yeah, any addict is just going to be like, no, I would rather do drugs. As a matter of fact, all of my free time goes to doing drugs.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, see? Isn't it easier just to do drugs and not
So,
worry
yeah,
about what the politics are all about?
Before you do drugs,
Yeah.
could you not, I don't know, be like, I'm going to read 5 pages of the whatever.
Well, no, that's going to completely ruin my high.
Yeah, it's going to completely
So-
ruin the buzz, dude.
So,
I mean, why would I bum myself out about something I'm never going to be able to do?
Guy
so-
getting high
See,
and
that's
reading
a-
about Mao. Like,
Yeah,
just,
what are you talking about? I do that all the time.
yeah.
Well,
fucking-
reading about Mao is fine. That happened years ago, and who gives a fuck?
Reading about the rape of Nanking and
Yeah,
getting,
I
like,
mean, that's just interesting history.
I was laughing the
Actually,
day before
That's like
yesterday.
listening to a true crime podcast while high. Of course you can do that, but you're not really learning anything that's going to
I learned how to work
expand
out
your
from Mao.
horizons.
I was laughing the
You
other
learned how
day
to
before
work
yesterday
out
about a
from
guy
Mao.
who's
Mao
like,
wrote a whole thing about working out. Yeah. It's not like super instructive. He's basically just going, do it a lot
you should
and be
work
fit
out.
for the revolution.
Ah, man. Timeless wisdom.
yeah,
Pretty much.
it is. I mean, that is legitimately
I
something.
mean, I feel
that,
like
that
I'm
communist
almost a
groups
little
usually are into.
insulted because I had like dedicated like workout instructors and stuff, and he's just like, Mao said do better, and I was like,
Well,
man,
it is. He
that's
wrote
the
a
best
book,
instruction
dude. I mean,
ever.
like, I don't know what to tell you. It's in a book.
Quote the whole book. Why don't you get high and read the book like I
Yeah.
did?
Who's to
I don't
tell you
know,
that
because
your fitness instructors didn't read this book?
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
It's a book. I mean, I don't know. Like, if it's in a book, at least you can like learn it and then be like, yeah, okay, well, it was weird or something. But like, other than that, yeah.
if
of
there
course,
was any
all information
actual
is in a
advice
book.
about working out in there, I'm sure a borderline slave was made to write it who was an expert on working out. I mean,
In
Don't think
Mao,
had
China?
any slaves?
What do you mean? Like,
Mao?
there was a like there was a
Like
slave
Mao
writing the
Zedong?
book.
yeah, Mao Zedong, a famously nice guy who was super nice.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't want
like,
a
the
slave
people.
guy to write
Fairly
your
certain,
workout
like,
book.
You mean
China
the,
was
the
like-
same guy who brought a whole feudal imperial system that had actual like landowning like monarchs and stuff, and then brought all those people out of that and up? That guy?
Kind of. He kind of brought them all out of it and then up and then down.
I mean, I'm not saying he
There was-
didn't make some mistakes, but like
He made the mistake of having it be so
You know
bad
what?
that people
Of
were
not-
selling their
I mean,
children
his-
as food.
I
mean, like, yeah,
love-
there were some mistakes. I gotta give the guy. There's a few mistakes.
You
I
mean
love
the
when my
same-
slavery changes owners and gets called something different. That's the best kind of.
you guys are just spouting CIA
No, he
propaganda.
did get rid of the nobles. I mean, like you can't
It's
argue
like-
that he didn't get rid of a monarchy. It's just that
Cool,
it was-
because everyone praises the Soviet Union for getting rid of the czars.
a lot of
Yeah.
people do. That's not even a joke.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
if you
yeah.
actually, from what I hear, if you do a poll test in like the Soviet areas, the majority of people kind of wish for the Soviet
Yeah,
Union
it's
to come
funny.
back.
My wife really loves Anastasia and like the stage production they made of it.
Mm.
And every time she talks
Mm.
about that, I'm just like, yeah, but like what what were they supposed to do? Like, because if you leave one of those little
You know what's-
fuckers alive,
Yeah, of
someone's
course.
gonna
Well,
like prop them up like
and that's
15
not even
years
fair.
from now.
That's not
and
fair to
use
the
that
Bolsheviks.
as an excuse.
No, it's not fair to
Because the
anybody.
Bolsheviks
like-
wanted to keep them alive. Actually, hilariously, if you look at history and you look at a lot of like European revolutions, you'll find that the French Commune wanted to leave the king alive and his family. All they wanted to do was make them citizens. The Bolsheviks, before the army betrayed the czars and killed them, only wanted to make them civilians. China,
Correct,
they
but
fucking
that's the thing.
China,
Nobody ever does it.
Well, check it out.
It's-
I'm
China
totally-
captured their emperor and they made him a civilian, and he went on to write a fucking book and like had a degree and shit.
Yeah, and made himself rich. I mean, he
So,
was already
like,
the emperor.
All this bullshit about like all the communists want to do is fucking kill the monarchy isn't even fucking true. A grand majority of them
I'm gonna back up
wanted
there.
to capture their dudes and just be like, hey man, you're civilian now.
I just want to
Yeah,
be
but
very
like you
clear.
said, that doesn't
that's
work.
not the part that I was criticizing. I honestly like killing the monarchy. I'm just like, yeah, of course.
yeah, you don't have
Like
a
you
choice.
can't like no, because if you don't, then some fucking monarchist later is going to be able to like take their cousin or whatever, brainwash them, and then be like, we have a very legitimate stake to the rulership of this country, and then they'll use that to destabilize it. Whether the person who has the bloodline actually cares or not basically doesn't matter.
That's why they always
That's why
actually
you
end
have
up killing
to
the monarchy.
actually kill them.
Yeah.
Typically,
because
they
if
get
you don't
betrayed by the armies,
actually
from what I
kill
hear.
them-
Because Louis got betrayed by his troops when they escaped and
The
he
time
got
of
captured
kings
by
is
the
over.
revolutionaries.
The reason that is the case is because the military is usually the people who can do and make a revolution happen.
If you claim to be
They're the ones with the context and the capabilities.
if you claim to be inherently better than your people by birthright in any way, shape, or sense, you are basically destined to die.
I don't know. I think it kind of rules.
I think everyone's destined to die though.
yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone's destined to die. You're just not going to necessarily die in office.
It depends.
Like that's like
Depends.
If you
Maybe
run
it'll
on
be you, and
that,
it might be
then,
your
yeah.
children that die in office. It could be you,
But that was an actual crazy thing that I
Could be
learned
your
is
children,
like
yeah, your
China
children.
captured their emperor and they were like, hey bro, you're just a civilian now.
Yeah.
And then he went on to have a fairly successful life.
But that is the one time that they did that, and that actually worked out too. And in the
Yeah,
past,
normally
they had
the
done that
guy comes back and
hundreds
tries
of
to fuck up
times.
your
Yeah,
government.
But in
exactly.
fairness, the other hundreds of times they were just like, we're a new monarchy though.
Yes, exactly.
That's
We are
like
the
And, like,
imperial.
at least-
that's like going into the ghetto as a police officer, seeing someone draw a gun and point at you, and assuming it's a squirt gun.
Or
That is the equivalent of letting the emperor live. Like that is my opinion.
alternatively,
But, like,
it
you
would
know,
be
like,
go
I
being
get
a
that
black
there's
guy
other
living in the
implications.
ghetto, a cop coming up, and then them pulling a gun on you, and then expecting not to die. It'd be, it's approximate. It's really just a not gonna happen
So
situation.
check out this.
Like sure it could, or sure that might
look at
be
this
correct,
picture
but
here.
you should. If you hear hooves, don't think zebra.
Yeah.
Like that's it's probably not a zebra, friend.
So like 3 Nigerian dudes dressed as Arab woman with their face, covered and all that in
Yeah,
order
they
to
get
try to
white face.
to try and get past the
The
border.
weird part is, Patrick, put up the picture. The weird part is that they don't look like Arabs. They just look like white people. And that's obviously how they got caught. It's like,
they
that's
should have
not.
worn like the full burqa.
Yeah, it's just, that's not what they look
I
like.
mean, yeah,
you know?
they should have worn the full burqa, and also, I guess because it's in Dubai. But all I could think of is if you're getting on a plane, is it less suspicious to be black than it is Middle Eastern? But then I was like, but it's in Dubai, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And from what I heard from my Middle Eastern friends, they're unlike here. There's not like multiple words for black people. It's just the one, and it's not black people.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Like,
I was
it's like
actually
they don't-
I
Kind of like
didn't-
in Japan. They don't like them over
It's
there.
not.
I didn't watch
There's
the
not a
video,
lot of ambiguity to it.
because
They're
I already
just
knew the answer to
directly
it.
racist immediately.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video because I knew the answer to it already. But there was like a thing that a thumbnail
Thumbnail. There
That,
you go. Thumbtack.
that was like
A push pin.
Yes.
no one but outside of the U.S. cares about the N word.
Patrick,
right?
put up the paperclip, the funny paperclip
Well,
from
we're the
Microsoft.
only ones who have a very specific history with it. Nobody else has a
Yeah.
specific linguistic reason.
Man,
You
it
think
is.
there's porn of Clippy, the paperclip?
Yes.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Patrick,
porn of
go
him
find
being-
that. Put that up on the screen.
He's been pregnant before. What are you talking about?
That's true. He has been
Yeah, I feel
pregnant.
like I've seen pregnant Clippy before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So he had to get
something in my
pregnant.
brain wasn't connecting. That's like up there with barefoot and
I always
Frank and
thought-
pregnant, where I was like, I think that
I always thought
exists.
Clippy was a
Yeah,
boy, but then now that I'm thinking about it, it's not like that matters either. So whatever.
Yeah,
you can be a
I mean,
pregnant
well,
boy in this
Clippy's
current.
always naked, so you would have
Well,
seen
who knows
some
how
identifying
paperclip
features.
anatomy works? It could be like a seahorse.
I mean, I've never seen the bottom of his clip. I don't know what's like.
I've never seen the
Down
back of that clip.
Well, I'm
neither.
saying.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be like a seahorse. I mean, just because
packing a Pixar mama
he's
ass.
just because he's a male doesn't mean he can't be pregnant. I mean, we have seahorses
Is there
today.
trans
Male
clippy
seahorses
porn?
are not pregnant. They just hold babies. It's
Could
not
be the
No,
same
quite
the-
thing.
they give birth, don't they?
All a woman does
I
is
mean,
hold a baby in
the
her
wo-
stomach.
Yeah. The
You
male
wouldn't say
seahorse.
she's not
I
pregnant.
guess it's pregnancy still. It's not quite the same thing. It's like the lady just. I guess it is the same thing. It's just weirdly reversed because instead of male injecting sperm into lady injects eggs into male.
Yeah.
And he sperms.
Which
on
I
him
think is
internally.
worse. I have to put that on record. I don't want eggs injected into me.
Well,
that's
you
some-
just have to.
You're
get
not a
used to
seahorse
it.
though. If you were a male
That's-
seahorse, you'd be like, "Fill me up with your eggs,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Fill
And
me
I'm-
up with your eggs, bitch."
And I'm not even a male seahorse, and I'm
biologically,
I feel
incompatible.
my stomach expanding.
Seahorses are into pegging.
Yeah, I think
And
biologically,
inflation.
I would
Yes.
not be able to get it with a alien seahorse. Unfortunately,
Patrick, find some
Hey.
pegging inflation seahorse porn.
Don't peg it till you tried it, or do.
I think we've talked about this. Will, wouldn't you?
Pegging?
Or you were like, yeah, I'd do pegging once. Wasn't that you?
I'd try it. Yeah,
Yeah. I seem to remember that. And Eric was like, I've already tried it. It sucked.
yeah.
Yeah. What?
Not
What are
going
you
to
laughing
confirm
at?
nor deny what I've said or not.
Of
You're going to have
course
to watch
not.
every other episode of the podcast.
Don't
to know
worry,
the true
somebody's
answer.
watching 3 times to let us
Yeah,
know.
somebody's
Hell
going
yeah.
to leave a comment to that exact video with a timestamp.
Hell
18 minutes,
yeah.
32 seconds in episode 4.
Episode 4, Eric
Fuck
says that
yeah.
he's been pegged by his mom. Yeah, I remember exactly. Where
Fuck,
it
how'd
is.
they know that?
Okay, I didn't say that in that episode. That's not
I've
not
never
actually in the
explained why I
episode.
don't like my mom on the fucking podcast before. How'd
Yeah.
they fucking know that?
Honestly, guy who gets pegged by his mom is up there with like weird guys to exist. I was laughing the day before
That's
yesterday.
a hell of a title. You're
Got-
looking through, it's just like guy who picks locks, guy who plays too many video games, guy who gets
It definitely
pegged
is a
by
porn
his
video.
mom.
Yes.
It's 100% a porn video.
Absolutely. Guy who shakes the bong after every hit because he thinks that that's going to make it better.
Is that a thing?
Shakes the ball.
me and
Do you do that? Like it's like a beaker
Shakes
glass, like you
the
go blah
ball?
blah 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 blah, and you're like, no.
No, you got to take the thing out, then you got to
That's why he's
close both,
shaking
and then
those,
you just
by the
got to
way.
shake it up before
No,
you
no.
take out
Whoa,
the gas.
gross. No. No.
We were talking about that, me and
Who
Reed.
would do that?
There's a guy out there. You know that guy exists.
I've
there's-
never met that guy.
There's that guy, and then there's also
I
the
know
worst
people who-
version of that guy where it's a guy who puts like chicken in there, like raw chicken, to
What?
like let it like sit and marinate.
No
and then he's
way.
smoking weed, and then he like gets all the air in there, and then he closes it with a cork, and then puts a book on the top, and then just lets it sit there. 'Cause
like
that's
he's
how you
trying
make
to
this.
smoke chicken, but
Yes,
with a bong.
yeah, and then you get high off of it later.
Does
Hey,
he
you made
not
me vomit.
understand how smoked meat works? As
No,
opposed
he has no idea. He doesn't. He hasn't figured it out yet.
Also,
Also,
He's too
he keeps
high.
getting
The type of
salmonella.
things that you
He's
smoke-
too high.
the type of things that you smoke and inhale
Yeah.
are very far removed from the type of things you smoke meat with.
I
That
know.
is
I
not
know.
even close to correct.
But me and Reed were just sitting down there coming up with different guys who do different things with the bong for
you know,
like an
like
hour.
how like a lot of like weed pipes will have 3 holes. There'll be a hole
Okay.
at the bottom of the bowl, a hole at the mouthpiece, and a hole on the side of the bowl that you're supposed to cover with your finger
So
while
like
you're
my wife.
lighting. Yeah,
Okay.
and then you release. I've seen a lot of like
Oh, yeah, I
stoners
release
who
all right.
only roll stuff up and like don't smoke from pipes. I've seen a lot of them try and hit those pipes without holding the hole
Yeah,
on
they
the
have
side.
no idea about the carb.
Yeah, they don't understand the carburetor. And like I've seen that both with bongs and pipes several times, but I've never seen someone so confused that they started shaking the bong.
Well, you gotta hit it, let all the smoke get in there, and then you shake the bong so that it like flavors all the smoke.
You don't want
No,
you want
gotta
less
put
bong
like
water.
no,
Bong
you
water
put
is
like
not
Kool-Aid in
good.
there, and then you shake it up and
Oh,
get all
what
the
if you're a
smoke. Just
guy
tastes like
instead
Kool-Aid.
of raw chicken, it was hot dog bog water?
Oh
You
no!
hot dog.
Oh, that's
and
just trying to make
some
yourself throw
Louisiana
up.
hot sauce in there. Just a good bit of Louisiana hot
The
sauce.
only thing
Vienna
you put
sausages.
into a bong.
Vienna sausages. Yes, dude.
The only thing you put into a bong other than normal fresh water
Is
is,
the cotton.
ice cubes.
yeah.
Oh, I
And
thought you were
ice
gonna say-
cubes will cool
No,
down
you don't use the
smoke
cotton.
more.
Remember,
use
you
the
don't use
cotton.
cotton ball.
Oh.
No, that you
Like,
don't use
some
neither in
bongs-
heroin nor in smoking out of a bong.
If
never
you
use
see a
cotton.
bong that has 2 weird little nipples facing inwards, like on the big tube, that's an ice catcher. That's so that you can throw ice cubes in the
Ah.
top part of the bong.
What
and
if-
it cools off the smoke as you hit it.
What if like
Kind of.
That's it, man. Water and frozen water are the only two things you put in a bong.
How much money would I have to give you to like hit a bong that's filled with like mop water?
Oh my God.
Like previously used mop water.
Nothing. I don't think.
You do it for free.
Yeah, you do it for free. Hell yeah, dude.
I'd have to
imagine how high you'd get, dude.
You wouldn't. You'd just get hurt.
What if
You
like-
get so fucked
What if
up.
you
Nothing
laced-
you put in mop water should be directly concentrated
mint,
and inhaled.
mint water.
You pointed at me like SpongeGar.
Yeah,
What water?
I just had a great idea.
Yeah, what?
Okay,
Mint
bong water, mint leaves in it.
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that's
that
good.
at the very least might not hurt anything.
Some chocolate? Put a little bit of chocolate in there?
Nope,
Okay.
nope.
Hell yeah. Okay,
That
yeah,
would,
yeah.
Again,
All right.
probably not
peyote.
do anything.
Oh, peyote.
Well,
Yes,
that's
a little
just-
bit of peyote in there.
That's just a
Yeah.
waste of the peyote. You should be putting the peyote
potpourri.
in the bowl.
a little bit of poppy.
Hey.
Put
I've
poppy
tried
seeds
smoking
in there.
spice directly out of a bong before, and
Yeah.
that was essentially potpourri.
Yeah.
And let me just tell
a
you,
little bit of cinnamon.
bad time.
A little bit of cinnamon.
No,
a little
do
bit
not
of vanilla
smoke cinnamon.
extract. Honestly, now we're just baking a cake, but we're putting all the
A little bit of egg.
Yeah, a little one egg. That's why you,
know
shake
what?
it later.
At this point, I'm just going to suggest that you put the bong in the oven on 365 for about 20 minutes after you're done. And you know what? At this point, maybe we do have something.
There's a guy out there who has made a cake in his bong in the oven. That is 100%
I think
a
it's
guy
not
who
so
exists.
much whether or not you'd be able to make a cake in your bong in the oven. That's possible. The only problem with that is then proceeding to get the cake out and eat it.
Yeah, smoke it
break. Yeah, just break it. Okay, so
Yeah, smoke
you
the bastard
smash
out.
the bong.
Bong-shaped brownies that you make in your oven, and then when they're done, you just carefully break the bong apart. And
Oh
then
my
sell
God.
the
What if there was a
bong-shaped
cake
That's
brownies.
not
boss?
that hard. All you'd need to do is like make a mold out of either silicone.
Nah, that's
Do you
too
guys
smart.
remember
That's
Cake
too
Boss?
smart for this guy.
Do you guys remember Cake Boss?
Cake Boss?
Yeah.
You know,
Is that the one
Salt
that farted
Bae
into
is
the
like
cake?
going to prison.
I don't know. But that's the guy who made cakes for like a bunch of parties and shit.
Yeah. I do know who this
And
is.
he was
He's
like,
I'm the cake boss.
I'm the cake
Yeah,
boss.
I'm the boss.
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah,
cake
yeah.
boss. My
Cars.
wife's a fucking
He
dumb
was like
bitch.
this tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd
My
make,
wife's
like,
a fucking dumb bitch.
Yeah.
She was like,
cakes
Tony,
and-
you keep
Yeah.
making the cakes out of bong water.
You never take me dancing,
She would never fucking.
Yeah.
She would never leave me alone about it. I keep making my cakes out of bong water. What do you want? I'm the cake
Tony,
boss.
Tony, help me, Tony.
Who is that? Is that his wife again?
That's his mother-in-law.
Oh, that's his mother. Okay, yeah.
Tony, you never get the cakes right,
Mom, why do
Y'all
you sound
watched
like you?
a lot more of this show than I did.
Mom, you just smoke too much cigarettes, Mom. Your voice is
Tony,
going
when are you
out.
gonna make me a cake,
I'm
Tony?
not making. My mom wants me to make her a cake. I'm not making a goddamn cake for my mom. I'm too busy making bong cakes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think he'd ever make a cake where
But I ain't making no
It's
cake
a
for no
bong.
goddamn fags.
and you could smoke it?
There it is.
Yeah. Yep. What?
Do you think you could make a bong-shaped cake and smoke from it?
And
My
smoke from
man. Okay. There we go. Now that's how you sell it. You
it.
make
Porous
cake,
bread.
but no bong-shaped brownies that you can smoke out of and then
Oh,
eat.
and the brownies are laced.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be
and
honest,
then you can
smoking
eat it.
out of food is just a terrible idea in general. You can do the apple bong thing, but those are
We just
what's a
clip
pipe,
that part.
not
You
a
just
bong.
clip that part off at the end. Like that part's ruined. You just clip that off with a little bit of scissors and then you eat the brownie. You see what I mean?
So just waste it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like what, 20 cents worth of brownie mix? Who cares?
I care.
I pay-
I'm the
I
cake
love
boss.
brownies.
I don't fucking care. I'm the
You
cake
don't
boss.
waste
I make my
brownies in
fucking
front of me.
brownie cake. I ain't
You
wait,
waste
I
a
got two
brownie in
rules,
front
all
of me.
right?
That's a quick way to get a dick in the butt.
I got three rules, all right? I got 3 rules. I'm the cake boss. Number 1, I make bongs out of cakes. Number 2, no fags. Number 3, no blacks. That's my fucking rules. No Moulin
But can you smoke out of the bong cakes?
Hell no. You can't smoke out of the bong cakes. That's why there's no blacks.
Who do you think can grow the best weed?
The blacks. Like
Horse shit.
realistically, Jamaicans people, so I'm like the blacks. It's definitely them.
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
I was gonna say
Ethnically, it's got to be black people.
I would say
It
Middle
is
Easterners.
absolutely not. Black
Middle
people's
Easterners.
weed
Yeah.
is shit.
Okay, you know what? Actually, yeah. He's got a point. Like the fucking hashish, you know, those type of people living out there in the fucking desert growing
No?
weed.
No.
All right.
No. The best weed comes from
The CIA.
Well, you're close.
Yeah.
Overly privileged white people with dreadlocks have the best weed.
Ooh, yeah, okay, yeah. The ones that
They
have way
have
too
the
much
absolute
money.
best weed. They've got like tinctures that are like 95% THC. They've got bud that's got like, 50 years and $45 million worth of research going into it.
16-year-old who could afford hydro growing.
Yeah,
That
like
guy.
they've got their own grow operation stuff. Yeah, asshole who's like barefoot with dreadlocks, white, and has a trust fund.
I wonder
that's
if
where the best weed comes
does that
from.
apply to every drug?
It's not black people. It's not
Nah,
Hispanics.
Middle East have got like
it's not Middle
cocaine locked
Eastern.
down, right?
Yeah, and the Chinese have heroin.
Heroin is
I thought it was
Middle Eastern.
fentanyl.
Huh?
I thought China had the fentanyl.
They
game.
do. They have both. I mean, they're the same
okay,
class of drug.
heroin, fentanyl, all of that comes from the same plant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Poppy,
cocaine, that's South
Morphine.
America.
Yeah, the stuff in my
South
backyard.
America is cocaine.
Yeah, South
and they got
America
that
has
on
cocaine.
lock.
Dude, if you just go
That's
to
where
like
the plants
fucking,
grow.
if you go to Colombia, you can just buy the leaves, and apparently they just like put them in their mouth and chew them like coffee. Like, that's just their version of having coffee.
Interesting.
Because coffee,
It's not very strong when you chew it.
Yeah, exactly. But the whole idea is that they make so much coffee leaf and they sell so much of it, they don't want the locals to have it. So they just give them, like, you can just go on the street and buy this from like a newspaper stall. They'll have a bag that has cocoa leaves in it.
I wonder why they wouldn't want the locals to have
the
their own the things that they produce.
I
and
wonder.
make.
You don't get high on your own supply. Pretty
Maybe
simple.
people should look into the history of that
Yeah.
and learn why that is.
Yeah, I wonder why the
Scarface
people who make
rules.
it don't do it. Funny that.
God damn.
It's like they know how it's made and what it does, and thus don't do it.
Is that why you don't do cocaine, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
I mean,
when
if
you
I did
came
it,
back
I'd
from
very
South America
quickly
with
stop
that-
making money.
I know.
with
I know.
those tree saplings, you couldn't. You had
damn.
to stop.
I'm going to start growing heroin in my backyard out of poppy leaves. What do you guys think?
It's the bulbs of the flowers.
Yeah, I know. So
Just,
I just
uh,
got to get them and then,
just
get a
be-
syringe.
Just be
You know,
sure you
you
can
can
hide
get-
the thermals from the helicopters.
No, what you
and
really need
drones.
is to get some of that cot.
No, you don't use.
I mean, I
you
got
don't use
cock from
cotton
all
with the-
day.
No,
One, I get
not
cock from him.
cotton.
Number two, no cotton while doing heroin. We've already been over this.
No, cot. Just COT. It's that thing from Africa that they're all chewing on that's got a light amphetamine effect to it. Kind of like what y'all are talking about with the cocoa leaves, but it's way worse.
So kratom.
No. Kratom is an opioid.
Oh, doesn't
synthetic,
India have
or
kratom
not
on
a
lock?
synthetic, but it's an
Thailand and shit.
opioid-like
Ah,
drug.
Malaysia.
Yeah. Oh, and they've got those kratom extracts now that are more powerful than morphine.
The kratom extract's so goddamn dumb.
Did you guys see that? Apparently, like, it was. Maybe
Because
it's just
people are
my
determined to
algorithm
make it
showed me
illegal
this.
somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
That's my entire thought on it. Is like, okay, you're just going to ruin this for everybody. You're going to make this illegal because you can't help yourself but to make something that will kill
It's
you.
like we finally found some like mild morphine tea kind of bullshit that's not quite as bad as like actual opioids. But
and you've got to make it into fentanyl. Like, it's
Yeah,
so
pretty
goddamn
much.
dumb. Because if
Which,
you
I
take
mean-
it just as pills, you plateau pretty fucking easy.
Well, I'm also going to tell you right now, I mean, there's no such thing as a fucking evil drug or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with opioids. If you get into a car crash, having a week's worth of fucking opioids just because your entire body hurts is a perfectly acceptable reason to treat an ailment.
You're right. Guns don't kill people. People with guns kill people.
Yeah. People who want to get high because their life is an absolute shithole and they're sad or confused or,
Gay.
gay. Yeah, it's a great
maybe
reason to kill
that's
yourself.
a great
but
reason
like,
to kill yourself.
yeah.
Or trans. Trans, actually, I take it back. Gay's the old way.
If you have any reason to shut out the outside world, any drug can be an escape for you. It does not matter what it is.
Do you guys know you
or
can't?
speed running. Speed running, turn
You can
yourself
be
into
addicted to
a transsexual.
anything. Yeah.
Do you guys know you can't buy blood bags?
I'm not that
Will, why
surprised.
have
That
you been
seems-
trying to buy blood bags?
See, neither of you can
Why,
pronounce
Will?
it.
Why?
Well, why are you not
Why
able
do
to
you
buy
want
blood bags?
blood?
God, I can't do it either. Why is that so
Why
hard?
do you want blood?
say it?
Will?
Say it again.
Blood bags.
God damn it,
Blood bags.
Will. Why are you trying to
Why do
buy
you want
blood
blood
bags?
bags?
Well, it's
There we
not
go.
Me, it's a friend.
Okay.
You
Yes,
know,
you don't
can
have
just,
to. Say,
if you
can
need
just.
blood, you go to the hospital.
Also, you can just call
And then,
me by my name. You don't have to say a friend.
Instead of
if I'm
selling
doing
fresh
anything
blood to
Vampire the
Satanists-
Masquerade,
Yes.
you get it. You got to go to a sketchy hospital and bribe a guy.
Yeah.
But apparently you can't just do that legally.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, when I was a kid, I was really
No
into
one
the idea.
needs blood outside of a hospital.
What if you're trying to do a blood transfusion?
What if you're trying to
Go
get
to a hospital?
What if you're trying to use it for erotic
Well, you
purposes?
can't afford it at the hospital. You got to do it yourself. I thought you were a libertarian. You
Then you're
fucking
just stealing
liar.
blood
You
from the
goddamn
hospital.
liar. I thought you were for freedom and doing whatever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah, that's what liberty's all about. It's about
Yeah,
being
it's
able
about
to
being able
buy
to do
blood.
unlicensed medicine. That's what libertarians
Yeah,
are
That is
fighting for.
unironically what libertarians are all about.
They just want anyone to be able to do medicine for
yes,
any
they
reason.
do. That's their whole
They
ideology.
do actually. That is pretty much
Yeah,
what
but
it
if you
is.
listen to libertarians, every single one of them says says, I'm tired of my doctor being forced to know how to be a doctor. before being
RFK is a
doctor.
libertarian.
This
That's all
is
I can say
bullshit.
about that.
I want religious nut jobs jamming scalpels into my abdomen.
Look, dude,
Hey,
you already have that capability. All you have to do is go to a mystic or like a fucking
to be fair,
chiropractor.
you can have a religious nut job jam a scalpel into your abdomen. They just have to be a certified doctor and work at a hospital.
Yeah.
Like they can do that. They can go to church and say hema gobble
in the
dooble dobble while swinging
1800s,
snakes
it was
around.
in the 1800s.
As
You
long
could get
as
a
they
fucking
are
medical
certified to do my surgery and do it correctly in a hospital with oversight where they can be sued or arrested and have assistants like sanitizing their shit, then I don't care how
In the
hooba dabba
1800s,
deeble
you
dobble
didn't
he
have
is
to have
after
that.
work.
You just had to have a
I wish-
doctor's certificate.
I wish
you were able
house-
to buy those.
I wish house doctors were still a thing.
I honestly,
Will
I feel
wants
like-
doctors to be able to legally kill their patients again.
yes, of course.
He's
We
sick
all
and
do.
tired
First off,
of
we all do.
government oversight ruining doctors' ability to be serial killers.
Yes. There was that lady
I,
in the 1800s who bought a doctor's certificate and then was like the doctor who was really into like fasting as like a cure for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she ended up killing like
must
a
have
bunch of people.
Like imagine like you
People
get into
still
a town.
do that.
Imagine you get into a town and you're like, hey, I need a doctor, and they're like, yeah, no problem. Go to Miller. He just got a certificate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
dude.
you're like,
all you have to do
okay.
is phrase stuff
So
right.
you go over to the doctor, and you're like, hey man, so like, what kind of doctor are you? He's like, oh yeah, I'm like the big
Chiropractor.
I'm the big feet doctor.
Yeah.
I believe in big feet. Show me your toes, and I'll tell you your health.
Yeah, I've got a few things I can inject into your feet to make them bigger.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna put.
we're gonna put leeches around your ankles so that
Yeah.
your ankles get
Yeah.
smaller and your feet get bigger, and
I'll
that will
tell you
keep
right
you
now,
alive.
I'm
for
gonna make
longer.
incisions in between your toes, and that'll let out the bad humors.
I mean, here's the trick.
Damn, the
You know
webbing.
you can trust me.
Yeah, the webbing of your
I'm a
toes.
doctor.
We gotta just start cutting that open.
If you pay me $100,000, I will give you a certificate in medicine.
yeah,
Now, it will not be accredited, but you will have it and it will say you have a certificate and you can put that on your wall and then you can charge people to come to your place.
fucking DeVry, dude.
Like that's a thing you
I got
can
my
still
doctorate
do.
from DeVry.
You just
Full
have to be
sale.
crafty about how you phrase everything.
I hear, and this might just
that's
be,
what
Education
chiropractors
this
are.
might be a
isn't it?
stereotype thing, but
Is that not what chiropractors are?
no? I thought there had an actual like
No,
trading
no,
thing.
no. Chiropractors. The first guy who was a chiropractor was exactly what we were just talking about earlier. Where
Yeah.
he bought a doctorate.
He
And
made
now
up
it has
the
be-
training.
and it has now become a thing
He
that people
sold the
actually
idea.
believe in. But
Yeah.
it was 100% not a real thing, and he was just a grifter.
At
And
the end
now
of the
it's a-
day, the
it's a
best
grift.
chiropractor you can possibly get is basically a very entry level physical therapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's the best. If they're actually good and care about people, they might like give you some semi good advice and a massage and send you out the door and then overcharge you. That's the best you're going to get from a chiropractor. And also, we're about to be sued by chiropractors because I hear they're the most litigious group of non-doctors out
Yeah,
there.
well, I'll tell you what. I'll settle with them. The settlement can be them eating my ass.
You can settle for the brown ring around my asshole.
You don't have to sue me for it, baby.
You won't even have to break my spine and take advantage of me in the actual, office. It'll be much, much easier. I'll come to you,
For real.
and then you can come to me, and then I can come to you, and
Yeah,
we
and
can
this could
just
be
come
a
to each
repeated
other.
We'll
thing.
make a whole
day.
goon and day out of it.
Yeah.
Would you fight Shaquille O'Neal
No,
for
Well, that's that. There you go. Fixed.
$10,000?
Problem solved.
no,
Why?
he's like 75 feet
All right,
tall.
what
Yeah, but he's
about-
I mean,
old.
$10,000 and your medical bills are covered.
Look, dude, I don't have as much money as Logan Paul. I can't fix the fight ahead of time. I'd have to die.
You think you could?
know.
You think you couldn't beat Shaquille O'Neal? You're like in your 30s. He's like in his 60s. I mean, he's big, but you've definitely got like the cardio on him.
60s his body count? Like, oh my God, like, have you seen
That's the
man?
amount of men he slept with. Yes.
He's like, I mean, he's
right,
no shit
all
like
right.
7.5 feet tall. Are you shitting me? Hell no, I'm not fighting that
How
man.
about this?
Maybe
Hold
like
on.
maybe in 20 more years when he's like decrepit, but like he's still walking around. He's like fine. Like I'm not entirely sure that like sure if I'd been
He's
like
53
working
years
out.
old.
Oh fuck that! Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I would
It's
not be.
absurd how big Shaquille O'Neal is.
He's
Like,
only
Patrick, put
20
this
years
picture
older
up.
than me.
Look at how tiny the microphone is in comparison to his hands.
Oh no, look up a regular water bottle.
A regular water bottle?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So
What the fuck? He's so big.
It looks like one of those balls you would like
absolutely
have in the
massive.
office.
Yeah, where you would just throw it at like the back of your door or something.
He holds a basketball in one hand like I were to hold a baseball
Or a
in one
tennis
hand.
ball.
Like,
regular
yeah.
regular water bottles look like the mini ones in his hand.
I'm gonna look up water bottles
like
specifically.
look, like there might be a lot of nuance when it comes to man-on-man fights.
You're right. I forgot. It's this famous picture of him just
Yeah.
drinking out of a water bottle.
Like it looks like he's sipping from a tiny teacup. Like
this is him
he
holding
not,
a gallon of water. What the fuck? Why can I not be that big?
It's
I wanna
How
be
many
that big.
pictures are there of just Shaq holding things
Oh,
so that you
so
can see
many.
how small they are
So
compared
many.
to him?
People
He's
love
a
getting
massive
pictures of Shaq.
man, and he is famously someone who stays in great shape. I am famously someone who does drugs and picks up dog shit. Okay? Like, we are not the
He's
same.
famously that. That's right. That's
if
right.
I'm
You're
famous for
famous,
anything,
Eric.
like, that's it, man. That's all
Maybe
I got.
infamous, sure. but
Like, you
that's-
know, I smoke pot, I drink a little too much,
guy
and
who
I take
thinks
care of
he's
dogs.
famous because he does drugs.
I
and cleans up
definitely
after
was
dogs.
not a world famous basketball expert.
Who has candy that is the shape of his head that they sell at Walmart.
Dude could body check me 15 feet across the floor, like with.
I would love to see, your character, your little green guy.
Yeah.
I would love to see Shaq pick that guy up and throw him like a football.
All right, well, artists
would
make
rule.
it happen.
Patrick, hire an artist and then make them throw Will across the screen. Make Shaq throw him across the screen. Maybe
Why
there's-
are
is there-
you making Shaq play football?
If you
Why?
can it, like when like he throws my character, can my character hit the backboard and it look really painful as I go through the net?
I thought
Did
it was a
Shaq
football,
ever
but
try
okay,
any
yeah.
other sports?
Yeah, is there a video of him throwing a baseball?
I don't know, because I know that
no, I
you
don't
know,
think so.
well, I know like Michael Jordan, famously played baseball and
Yeah.
would also play golf in his spare time.
Still does, I believe.
Yeah, but like,
Let's see. Oh, there's a Shaq plays baseball. It's
Oh,
a
let's
3.
go.
My God, it's compressed to hell and
It's
back.
child's
Oh my God.
baseball.
I can't see anything.
yeah, he's playing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's good enough
Oh,
at
Shaq's
most
first pitch.
normal sports.
This is a thing that we can do.
Yeah. That sucked.
Oh my God, that was like the
Look at
worst
Mother
throw in the
Teresa.
world.
Look at Mother Teresa's pitch.
What?
Wait, Mother Teresa actually pitched for a baseball game
She's a
once?
saint. You don't think she pitched a baseball game?
I mean, I'm sure she was pitching and catching. She was a Catholic, but that's not the point.
Yeah, they had to be children. That's the point.
She is.
Oh, that's just a nun, dude. That's just a nun. Is this a thing that exists, or are you making me go on a wild goose chase?
AI,
I don't
AI Mother
know.
Teresa throws the first baseball pitch.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
There we
yeah.
go. There we go. Yep. Let's
I'm
get
sure this is a real
Mother
thing.
Teresa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Positive
hashtag
bar.
positive bar.
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, this is a slideshow
Yeah,
with a
about
bunch
her.
of AI Mother Teresa with baseball stuff on.
Oh God, this
is
show's
very
over, dude. This
bad.
show, yeah, no, this show's
It's
sad.
over. This is the
Everything
last
about
episode.
this is the
So
last
terrible.
episode. As a matter of fact, I'm killing myself after this one, and Eric's gonna go drink himself to death in Las Vegas. Will,
Hell yeah.
I mean, Will's just gonna be himself.
I'm
Probably
gonna go
never
to
do.
China and die. Don't worry.
I just discovered mushrooms in
I'm gonna go
Everclear,
to China to get
and I'm
my
about
organs
to
stolen.
kill myself.
Anyways, thank you for listening to AnythingCast. I'm Patrick.
I'm not going to kill myself.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's how you feel.
Maybe.
Don't worry. We'll cut out 3 minutes of the footage.
Yeah, we'll cut. Don't worry, we'll cut out.
Oh,
Patrick,
good.
delete this episode.
I don't want
Just
people to
delete.
see me kill myself. That would be untoward. I want everyone to be guessing after I die.
Yeah,
That's the way they'd want it.
Yeah, but you do want your dogs to eat it afterwards. We did
Yes.
talk about this. Definitely.
We were very clear about that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if I'm dead, if there's a single part of me that's useful, including an up to dog food, use it. Because I
got a use for a single part of you that
the
I think I
most
could make like a
respectful way.
mold out of, and
Yeah.
then I could slap
Just
a
make sure,
vibrator into.
hey, when you do that,
Uh-huh.
either do it while the rigor mortis is still set in or inflate it first. I do not want you to have a mold of the flaccid one. Everyone will think I am just baby dick Benny over here. Like,
Guy bike pumping the dick of a dead man,
Yes.
trying to get it erect.
imagine
hey,
being a
look, you either
mortician.
do that or you don't get the fucking mold. I will
Okay.
launch
Imagine
you
being a
from the mold of
mortician
my
and you're just
penis.
sitting there and you're like,
The form of my penis
Hey.
will bring my spirit back from the afterlife to come haunt you. And every time you stick
excuse
my
me,
tiny penis into your butt, I'll
this is
be
a
there.
weird
I'm
request.
sorry, one of my clients. I'm sorry, he's deranged.
This is a weird request. My
Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy, who died, he wanted to make sure everyone knew his penis was very large. So do you
well, yeah,
offer pump services?
Well, actually, so this is something that we get a lot, actually. And as a matter of fact, you know, when a person dies, we have these things that we put up underneath their eyelids to hold their eyes closed, because when rigor mortis sets in, they actually open back up. We do a lot of stuff like that, makeup, that kind of thing. So what we do is we do open casket, and then we snap a ruler in half, and we put that in front of the pelvis. And then just have that sticking straight up.
And we just kind of duct tape the tip of it to one end and the base to the other end.
So
it
if
kinda
anybody
stretches it out.
Like I said, one of my clients, he knows this because
I'm getting the premium service. No
don't
rulers
stop,
for me.
Stop. Just you're not helping. But we can either insert a metal rod.
Buy the silicone injections.
We can buy a metal rod and place it in there. The ruler is the cheap option. But if you think about it, basically anything that a woman could do to make and form a penis of their own, we can do for you. It's really a matter of how much money you're willing to spend.
I see.
And just remember, if they always wanted a sex change, we can do a quickie job on
It's
that.
not we.
But
He is
remember,
a client. He does not work
It's
here.
easier to dig holes than it is to
I
build
like
poles.
this crazy
so
not
keep that in
funeral home
mind.
where this like random guy is.
Time constraints
He's
will
my
matter.
sister's husband, and
Okay.
so
I see.
he
I get
just
it.
spends a lot of time here.
I spend a lot of time thinking about how my penis will be thought of after my death. Most
we
of my
all
life
do.
is spent thinking
Yes,
about
absolutely. As all three of us being men, I definitely think about my penis.
that. I think about
It would
penis
be
all
weird
the
to be
time.
a man and not think about that.
Yes.
One might
What
say-
man isn't constantly thinking of dick?
That's me. My name is Richard. He calls me Dick. As a matter of fact,
He's a lot to think about.
Oh,
I told you.
A lot. You might even
think-
say a lot to take in.
I think I can see it, and it's hard to tell.
I can only
That's just
handle
half
so
that's-
much dick, though.
Stop. It's just that's actually half a ruler. I was doing a thing before this, trying to demonstrate for other people. But if I turn to the side,
half a ruler, that's a yardstick, brother.
my brother-in-law, as you can imagine, is he has a very colorful imagination.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, you know what? As we get to the end of this conversation.
Yeah, I think this might be the end of this
what
conversation.
What can I call you?
Well, this is the end of our conversation, and you can. My name is Patrick.
My name is Big Dick Eric.
Oh, well,
the
I'm Will.
biggest dick in the land.
So
it
it's
definitely
good
doesn't
to
require
learn about
inflation to
this.
look big.
Yeah,
Dick
it was great.
service.
It was great. Can I sign you up for a package?
It
or?
looks huge all the time.
Yeah,
I think
it's
I'll
never
take. I'll
not
take
looking
we have
huge.
packages, small ones to big
I have a
packages.
huge package. There are no small packages, in fact.
As a matter of
Only
fact.
large
Yeah,
packages.
he's right. We don't offer a small package anymore. Nobody bought it. But
It's like
I will.
the
I'll
astronauts.
take the
There's no
huge
small,
package.
medium, and large. It's large, extra large, and extreme. Those are the only sizes we have here.
yeah, that's exactly.
What do you call this funeral home?
This
Big
is,
Dick Emporium's funeral. Big Dick's funeral.
I was gonna say it's Big Dick's. It's Big Dick's funeral home. Previously,
no
Chuck's.
apostrophe.